Smacking, cracking, and watching. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe. The Sinner, Part 8. This is the finale. This is it. Y'all ready? This season on The Sinner has been breathtaking. Sometimes I think we all forget that Cora Tonetti is a murderer. Yes, she is believable. She's a mother, a daughter, a wife, a friend, a girlfriend, even somebody's neighbor. But guess what? She's a sneaky something. She's a sneaky freakazoid with a disheartening upbringing. Callous choices. Oh, Cora. This show has made Wednesday night awesome. We can officially rename Wednesday Suspense Night. I just want to say thank you to Jessica Biel for providing us with this great character, Cora. And whoever played that little conniving Phoebe, my goodness, I hope you get an award for it. The first 7 episodes, they had us second guessing everything. What are we to do? Most of the major players are dead. Who is behind the mask? Well, right now, I'm going to throw something else in there. Questions. Who is Todd? Where is Todd now? What was the exact deal with Todd and JD? What was their business relationship? JD's injury, will they talk about it in episode 8? Did Frankie's dad and Cora's parents have something more to do with this situation? Do they even know each other? Did the parents cover anything up? There's no cameras at the club? Seriously? Will Ambrose be victorious at the end of this investigation, or will the other investigator solve everything? Are they going to re-interview Frankie's girlfriend who was there the day it happened? Are they going to re-interview his homeboy who was there? Come on. What's the deal with Phoebe's death timeline? Something's not right. Was she placed at home, or did she actually die on scene at the Freaknik session, or was it a natural death at home and all of that was just BS in a daydream? As nice as Frankie appears to be, wouldn't he go to Phoebe's funeral? Did Mason set up his wife? Was Mason set up by Cora for this whole fresh start thing? Did she choose him in particular to start her whole Cora Tonetti lifestyle? Too many questions. Frankie's dad has a part in this. Todd and the dad are somehow, I'd love for Cora to just snap off in the episode and just be like, I did it because of this, and blah, 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 blah. And she just tells the truth. You know, I really hope they don't usual suspect us, and that meaning we wait until the last 2 minutes of the show and the cup falls and everything's playing out how it really occurred. I really hope Ambrose isn't sitting there like, Phoebe's not dead. Phoebe's somewhere in a wheelchair in a home looking in a corner. Wouldn't that be crazy? What if Cora has a crazy mental problem and she just made everything up? We know she has some sort of mental issue, but what if she just completely made up this whole shindig? It's based off of just information that they've been feeding her during the investigation. The cop and Mason, their storyline, will it make sense? Because it could have, if they don't clear it up in episode 8, in part 8, what was the point of putting their relationship on there? Hey, I knew you from back in the day. We got it in. Blah, blah, blah. I'm feeding you information now when I shouldn't. Come on. Make it make sense. Why involve Cora's mother-in-law? Why show her in episode 1 being this very, very controlling person over Cora's child that she doesn't even step in to parent her child? Is it to say, hey, look at all these different family dynamics? I don't know, y'all. Let's get into it. See Sutterberg, Papa's True, Southeast. You always holding it down, Southeast. Thank you. What's up, Russell? Kirsty Land. He knows. Yes, Phoebe did go out with a bang. Jessica House Ford. What's happening? Peter Fami. Sheila. Ooh, Don. Yes, girl. You were my 401. Thank you. Dr. Audra, Honeybee, Linda, Riley, Melissa, Samoan, Joseph, what's happening? Patty, and last but not least, you know I'm gonna represent for the homie Darlene. Let's get to it. So that's everything. This is right now. Have not watched the episode. The next clip you see, I will. And we found the wallpaper. I told y'all. But you guys early on that man, that father of Frankie's, that we are on a search for wallpaper. We know the person with the mask has been administering the syringe in Cora's forearm right here. Oh, what a nasty open laceration. It's disgusting, man. Then they bring us to this weird medical clinic, and this is when I said, yes, they're gonna make this cop storyline make sense. Why she's been covering up. Ooh wee. She definitely killed that man in the street on purpose. At that clinic, 100% female clientele. The guy in the receptionist desk doesn't look very secretary-like. That cop wants Mason. It would be natural for her to not like Cora and do something to get Cora out the way, right? Favorite points was a visiting scene with the mom. When the mother came and Cora said the sob freak story regarding her sister. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, how long were you gone at that point? I thought this was an overnight deal. No. I'm more free now than I've ever been with you. Burn. Her courtroom outbursts piercing her eyes at Frankie's family. I don't know. Was it just me? Or did y'all see somebody standing directly behind Mason when he walked out the courtroom? Like a silhouette of a man. I don't know what that was. Roll it back. Tell me what you saw. Who else was confused when Cora went and touched her son? Did she not murder someone? Isn't this a Max situation? She has a 30-year sentence with minimum security that she's able to just touch her visitors? That's what they're doing? Come on now. Come correct or don't come at all. Come on now. Come correct or don't come at all. I noticed the words on the wall when we had the sketchy secretary planning your winter getaway. We get to take another field trip. We end up at this large, beautiful home. And he's like, I need you to remember. Ambrose is telling Cora, I need you to remember, girl. It's Frankie's family home. See this all white, gorgeous room. Gorgeous. We go through another 2 rooms and she's not finding any. She makes her way to the wall. Touches that texture. Heels back a little bit. And we see that print that's been embedded in our minds for 7 episodes, 8 episodes, a finale. Oh my goodness, this was major. Comes on scene to save his son. My thing is, Frankie had some sort of bloody evidence in his hand. Ooh, where's the evidence? Dang. So how disrespectful and how sick. You're just gonna put a dead person in the trunk with a labored breathing, light pulse, white female? Really? So JD and the dad buried Phoebe. JD thought Cora was smacked in the head with that shovel and buried alive also. At that moment, we get to see the bus. Everything is coming into play. Everything is making sense. So mysterious Max man, Frankie's daddy, Daddy Belmont, right? Belmont's their last name, right? Nursing Cora so sweetly, so nursing her to health. Things change. He dopes her so bad to the point to where it's forceful to make it look as if she's a drug user. Drug her to the point of memory loss. The reason she couldn't shoot up for Ambrose when he presented her the drug paraphernalia, she didn't know how. She never did it physically. We see the fresh clothes at the, what's the guy's name? Cornelius? I don't even remember the guy, the older gentleman. When he said, hey, I found her in the middle of the road, you know. That's because the dad bought her fresh sweatpants, t-shirt, drop her in the middle of nowhere. Hopefully she doesn't remember. Oh my goodness, the show! Wow. In the courtroom, it's time for sentencing. Emotional distress, psychological trauma. Sentence was reduced from murder to manslaughter. She's gonna be transferred to the crazy house. Great. Drug her for 30 years on crazy medication. She's never gonna get out early. Ambrose says it's gonna be okay. Cora says thank you. Leans in, almost as if that was her father. The one time she could actually kind of sort of have that fatherly embrace. And she just laid her head on his chest and he held her. And that was the first time for him that it wasn't a weird, emotional connection with someone. He doesn't have to crush his fingertips anymore with his freak nasty girl. You know, your wife doesn't want to be with you anymore. Everyone's had a sense of completion in this episode. I love it. Let's do it. This episode is going to get something that I've never gave anyone so far. I've gave 7s. I've handed out 8s. I've slang 9s. Guess what? 10. 10.0, 10.0. Great series. I can't complain. The imagery, the soundtrack, the reflections in the freaking car rides that we've seen in the window shots, the great storyline that kept us guessing every episode. Not many shows can do that. I'm here for it. I'm happy. What do you guys think? You know I want to see those comments below. Until the next time. I got a lot of new shows popping off, even one dropping tomorrow. Thank you guys. Last week I had like 1,600 views. I was very happy with that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Until the next time.